My name is Steve Layton, and I travel the world finding amazing and delicious coffee for you to drink at home. Some make coffee difficult to understand and complicated, but here it's my job to make it easy and fun and tell you what's in my mug. Hello everyone, welcome to In My Mug, episode 405. I'm Steve, I'm the guy who does the titles. I've done that too many times now, haven't I? Need to stop saying I do the titles. You know I do the titles. Okay, this week's coffee. No news this week. I guess the stuff happened, but I just can't remember. I'm happy. Breaking news, Steve Layton is happy. That's all the news I've got for you. So this week's coffee is Finca Argentina. It's a Bourbon natural, and I love this coffee because it reminds me so much of milk chocolate and dark chocolate together. You get the two going on, but the thing it reminds me most of is Terry's chocolate oranges, because it has this orange flavour going through it. It also has on the end a very kind of deep cinder toffee and a really big body, and this is going to be repeated through the other drinks, I'm hoping. That's what I normally find with it, but I think the natural this year that's been done by one of the Pacas mills, it's the first time it's been done there. I've done an excellent job of it. I didn't like it so much when I first cupped the pre-ship samples. I thought it wasn't as good. But with some rest, this coffee has improved immensely, like 3-4 points improved, and it's very, very, very good. So, as we speed through these things, we should go to this week's map bit. It's the map bit. Some more has been made. Off we go across the Atlantic, and we are going to El Salvador. A tiny country, very, very small as you can see there, just on the Pacific coast, and for such a small country it's quite a surprise that it is the third largest economy in Central America, behind Costa Rica and Panama. So a little bit of a fact there, probably better than Roland's fact anyway. We are going to zoom down to Finca Argentina. Now you can see there where the actual pin is, that's where the house is, and just north of that above, which we can get a better view of there, is the land that was cleared for the vents for the geothermic tests that were done into the volcano. But you can perfectly see the farm there, and you can see the front part, and just a very, very good view of the whole farm. And here we can get more into the map of the farm. So San Jorge is at the very bottom of the map there, you can see, and this is at the dry mill when they were sorting through all of the beans for the farm. This is a beautiful view of Turin, just in the distance there, and there's me and Ali. Oh, don't we make a sweet couple? And this is me trying to get away from him because he was hurting me. No, this is me climbing a tree because I have to climb trees, I'm a boy. And that was this week's new and improved map bit. Oh, and before we do go, that is the Pacific Ocean in the background. We've got, and you can see that's 0 meters above sea level because it's the sea, and then you've got the highest point there. And there we get an even better view of that Pacific Ocean. And if you do climb to the top of the mountain, you can see the sea. And that was the map bit this time. So the coffee, as I said, it's called Finca Argentina. It comes from Alejandro Martinez. We all know Alejandro. Alejandro is a favourite on here. He's been on some of the In My Mugs in the past. We had his coffee on 400. We did the very special wash blot. Of course, this is a natural. It's from the estate. And one thing that reminds me, it does have a little bit of funkiness to it. Roland was quite rightly pulling me up earlier saying it's a little funky. It's got a little bit of kind of a boozy kind of dried fruit edge to it, but I don't think it's very dominant in this. I think it's super clean, which I like very, very much. Alejandro has become a super good friend. Go back and watch the Christmas edition of In My Mug where I'm at his house for Christmas in the pool, hung out with him.
I phone him a lot, like not about coffee stuff as well. Sometimes it's just a couple of mates catching up on FaceTime. He's such a good guy. He really, don't tell him by the way, it's a secret. But he is such a good guy. Really is one of my very, very closest friends, and it's an absolute privilege to work with him. And of course his father, you know, his father owns the farm. You know, Alejandro is managing the farm, and yeah, they're just lovely, lovely people. We're very, very blessed to be working with them. We should go and look at the coffee fact file for El Salvador.
So welcome to the new coffee fact file. Here we have Central America and a little bit of a figure in the corner saying figures may change because it's very difficult to get exact figures. So this is just a rough idea of what to expect. But El Salvador has 165,000 hectares devoted to coffee, which equates to 12% of the entire country. So you can see that coffee is quite important. They are the 14th biggest coffee producer in the world. They have a total coffee production of 1.3 million bags, or 82 metric tons. That did reduce a little last year, unfortunately, due to leaf rust. But the common varietals you'll find are Bourbon, Pacas and Pacamara. All delicious varietals and big favourites of mine. Total employed, 155,000 people employed in a population of 10 million. And we work with 18 farms, it has been, in El Salvador. Read that and weep, 18 farms. So the figures, Finca Argentina, this tablon is San Jorge, varietal is Bourbon, it's a washed, has 16 full-time workers during the picking season, altitude of 1,300 metres, owner Alejandro Martinez.
I love the new fact file. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favourite bits about this new format. So the espresso. Apparently, I've just been talking to my esteemed colleagues outside, and you can buy Terry's chocolate oranges in dark chocolate. This is what I imagine it tastes like if you have it in a drink form. It really is chocolate orange. Now, because of the base notes, and there are lots of base notes in there, by the way. I mean, that's the other thing. It's got a big, chewy body to it. And that cinder toffee, I think, is also a texture thing, because it is very thick. In here. It's a bit disappointing. The base notes don't come through as much as I would have hoped. I mean, it's good, don't get me wrong, and you definitely get the orange still coming through. But I was expecting a little more from the espresso in there. It's beautiful milk as well, done by Chris. He's very, very good. And that's a great cup of cappuccino. Right, before we do anything and before we carry on anymore, we should get Roland's daft fact up. So come on, Roland, give us a fact. In Argentina, it's been legal to be divorced since 1987. It's so popular, it's the highest rate in all of South America. This is Roland really not getting the idea of Finca Argentina, and it's in El Salvador, isn't it? Bless him. He gets very easily confused as our glue. But we love him all the same. And I'm really happy now he's locked in a computer and I don't have to see him for real every week. Time to wrap up. Next week's got a fantastic Guatemalan coming next week. One that you will have seen in the past, but it's the brand new crop that's just arrived. Coming after that, we're hoping to do something in Bolivia, because I'm off to Bolivia next week. So we'll do something in Bolivia, hopefully. And then after that, we've got some amazing El Salvadors to come. So In My Mug is exciting over the next few weeks. As always, thank you for joining me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And do remember, life is definitely too short for bad coffee.